Okay, Darlene, let me see if I can help you out a little bit. I think what you're wanting to do is slice so that you don't have to cut the dinosaur in so many different colors, so that you can just layer this up with the color of vinyls that you want to use. So the first thing you're going to do is duplicate it after you've sized it. That way you know everything fits. And we're just going to ungroup one, and I'm just going to hide this other one for now. So here we have all of our pieces. Actually, I'm going to bring that other one back, just so we can have something to go by. So, oops, wrong one. There we go. Here he is. This is going to be our little reference guy here. So the eyes are already done for you. And the reason that you're not able to slice, I wouldn't slice these. I would just put the black dots on top of that. But you do want to come over here and go to your contour, and you're going to hide all contours. And you're going to, on that one, you're going to have to get that other eye back. It's going to hide that one as well. It's going to take those cut lines off because this was meant for cardstock and for layering it up. And all of these little cut lines you see here are for placement guides. Now you can leave those on if you want, but you're not going to be able to slice if you do that. It's not going to let you because it is considered another layer. So you need to contour those out. So let's come over on each one of these pieces, and we're just going to hide contours there because on this one we just want the black pieces. So I'm just going to I'm going to duplicate this guy a couple of times. It looks like we're going to need him. Now let me align. I'm going to center it. I hid the contours on the black one. Now I'm going to come to this green and go to contour. And I'm just looking for these lines here. So I can click on them individually and get rid of those little contour lines. Get rid of those. And now I can slice this. I'm going to select the two. You can only slice 2 layers at a time. And we're going to slice. And then we're just going to drag this back because we're going to continue to use him. I'm going to get rid of all these little trash pieces. And now you have this. Now, those are still going to cut in that big area. If you want them to cut in a different area and smaller, what you're going to have to do is duplicate it 2 or 3 times, depending on how many areas you want, and go to contour. And now we're going to hide everything except the eyebrows. Okay? So in this case, I would just hide all contours and then come back and highlight the eyebrows only. So now I have his eyebrows, and then in this set, I'm going to go to contour, and we're just going to keep the nostrils. So I'm going to contour everything, and hide them all, and it's going to leave one piece on at all times. So you're going to just hide them all and come back and get the pieces you want. So there's my nostrils, there's my eyebrows, and I can move them independently now instead of all grouped together. Now let's come over here and contour and hide all contours. And we'll just keep the mouth on this one, and we'll go in and we'll hide those. So, oops, what did I do here? Oops, I left the mouth on. Contour, take the mouth out. Now we have his little hoofs. So we have his eyebrows, there's his eyeballs, we have his nostrils and his hoofs. Now we need in the black his mouth. So there is the other one that I did. I'm going to contour, hide all contours, and it's going to leave the mouth only. So now I have all those pieces, and they will all cut. I would, like these here, is contoured. I think they will stay in place. So they should stay in place for you. If it repositions them, you may want to weld them so that you know you have your distances correct when you go to place these. And what I mean by that is just those two, that one's going to stay. That one's going to stay. But if it shows 2 pieces separate, or you hit make it and it jumbles them all together, and it's not, it's leaving them space. So we're good. So we can skip that. Otherwise, you would need to weld them, and they're good. Nothing to weld. So now we need this purple piece here. So again, I'm going to come back. This is my piece, my other piece. This is the one that I hid the contours on. That's the one I'm looking for. So I'm going to go back to, oops, don't want to turn it. You want to keep everything in line. Contour, get rid of those contour lines for placement. I'm just going to hide all contours. That should be good because we don't need anything but these two pieces. So you can just hide everything on that. We're going to select them all. We're going to align and we're going to center it and we're going to slice. I'm going to drag this back because I'm going to use it again. And I'm going to get rid of this. And now all I'm going to keep on this are these two pieces. So I'm going to go back to contour and we're going to select. I'm just going to hide all contours. That's just easier for me. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to grab that piece. Now I have it, the belly pieces. So now I have my black and I have the purple. And so I'm done with those. I would leave those to cut like they are so that they would be in position. But if you want to take it a step further to save that little bit of vinyl, then you can duplicate it and contour it again and hide one piece on each one. So now we need our teal pieces. So we're going to contour. We're going to hide all contours. We're going to bring this together. We're going to align, center, and we are going to slice. Actually, that one doesn't work well. That's okay. We're going to slice it. And you can see that you've got all these pieces, but it has his toenails under it right there, okay, which we don't want. So I'm going to duplicate my toenails up here because I don't want those pieces. And I'm going to overlay them right there on that. Get it lined up good. You have to have it lined up good, but if you miss just a spot, it looks like there's going to be a little spot on the back here. We can fix that. Then I'm going to get my belly pieces and I'm going to arrange, move that to the front. I'm going to duplicate it because I don't want to lose them. I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to line that up right up on top. That looks good. So now I'm going to take my toenails and his belly and I'm going to weld. Okay. Now we're going to select all this and we're going to, oops, we're going to, don't want those pieces up there. Just these. So let's, I don't know why it's doing that. That's why. We're going to have to get rid of this little bit of trash. You may have some trash. We're going to contour and we're going to come in and we're going to hide all contours and we're going to go back. Can't see my pieces. We want this piece. So that's all I want. I'm going to duplicate that and then I'm going to select those two, align, center, and now we're going to weld that to make it one image. I'm going to arrange and bring this to the front. Align, center, there we go. And now we're going to slice, okay? And I forgot and got rid of his little dots, but that's okay. His dots were in the teal too. So now we're going to, oops, I got rid of the wrong pieces. I apologize. You're going to do the same thing, but you're going to keep the little legs. There we go. That's what we want. This piece. That's what we want right here. This is all trash. So now we have those teal pieces. We need is dots. So I'm just going to duplicate. I'm actually going to take this piece right here and duplicate it. And we're going to contour it. And we're going to hide the contours except for the 3 dots. And then we just change those to the lighter color. So now we have those. So now you have all of your pieces here. You can get rid of this. You don't need that. You have all of your pieces here now. You can get rid of this one that I duplicated. We had it just in case. Now you can go in and you can line up all of your little pieces when you cut them. And layer that in there. Now, if you just want to lay these dots on top, you can contour all of this out and make this solid. Hide all contours. And that way you can just layer things on where they go. And you don't have to worry about them hitting directly in that hole. You can't do that with the mouse unless you weld a piece over here and so that you can contour. It has to be closed on this side and closed right here. But those will kind of help you guide. Let me arrange and move that to the front. Will give you some kind of a guide to go by. And I'm just going to give you this one so that you don't have to go through that. I will give you a link to this. And I'm just moving all these little pieces to the front so that you can, and now we're going to align these up. You get the gist. You can line them up and get them like you want. I'm just going to group them all together so that you can move it together and size it. So now you have one that is pieced out, one that is just like it was prior. Save. I'm going to call it Dino for Darlene. But your contour tool and your slicing tool, they are awesome tools. You just have to learn to use them. And some of them, like this image, some of them can be super simple and super easy. This one was a little more difficult because you had those contour lines, but super easy to work around. I hope that helps you out. And if you need more, just let me know.